In today's video, this Absolute Duo manga review, and that is coming up. What's up there and welcome to a brand new video on 414 Anime. In today's video, I'm be reviewing the Absolute Duo manga. And hey, if you're new here, why not join the 414 community by hitting the subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss out. I picked these both up recently. I've seen the anime and I saw that they'd done a manga and I was like, awesome, I really enjoyed the anime, so let's see how the manga differs, or how much it adds or takes away from the series. If you're not familiar with it, really cool. If you're into your little lolly girls, then this girl is for you. Her being our main protagonist here, Julie, little lolly girl, packs quite the punch with these. And I've just got to say, I love the artwork on this. That is so cool. I love the character designs throughout the series, actually. I think they all look really good. But in terms of use of colour and how well the eyes are kind of stand out, absolutely on point. I've read through Volume 1 today. I haven't read through Volume 2 yet, but I just wanted to showcase what it looks like. So Volume 2, we'll put you aside for now. So basically what it's about is that you get these people who are like 1 in 1,000 that they'll be compatible with this injection that enhances their DNA and enables them to produce these weapons, as seen here, which are kind of like extracts of their souls. They call them blazes, and the people that use these blazes are called exceeds. So basically the very select few people that can use these weapons all try to enroll at this academy where they're taught about combat and whatnot, because obviously weapons, they're gonna use them for combat and like peace and justice and whatnot. Yeah, they go there and it finds out they're very high on their teamwork thing, and they have to pair them. So we'll meet our male protagonist, who's a guy called Tor. He's slightly different. He's what they call an irregular, as everyone has kind of like swords, lances, chains, I think even a gun, I think at one point, is somebody's blaze. However, old Tor has a shield for his, which is very uncommon, because obviously, as we know, a shield is not a weapon. It is a protective unit, I guess. So yeah, these two kind of have this friendship, relationship, weird thing going on, and they obviously end up pairing together, and it basically, the story is them progressing throughout this thing together. They've both got these kind of hidden kind of motives kind of thing, as to why they're there. So that kind of adds a bit of mystery to the series there, and as you go further through it, you start to see a bit more as to what's going on. So if I just take a quick look at the back, obviously we've got more lolly girl over here. At Koryu Academy, students battle with weapons forged from their souls. Kokunoe Tor, who's our male protagonist, however, is an irregular. He doesn't have a weapon, he has a shield. To gain the strength he seeks and thus unravel the truth of his tragic past, he must form a duo with another student. But first, he has to figure out how to share a room with a girl, the graceful fighter Julie Sigtuna, and not die of total awkwardness. So yeah. Awesome sauce. So not only do they get paired up, but everyone in their pairs have to live together. So obviously in this series they're the only boy-girl match, and everyone's and yeah, it's so not only do you get quite a nice, it's got epic kind of battle scenes in it and stuff like that. The story progresses well. It's got a little bit of a dark side to it, but it still retains that kind of classic anime humor in there as well. So you've kind of got everything rolled into one. So it's a nice little kind of series, I guess you could say. In terms of character progression, the two protagonists, Julie and Tor, a lot of progression in there. Obviously, like I said, they've got these hidden motives. Well, not hidden motives, but they're kind of they don't want to talk about, I'd rather not say, kind of thing. But as the story unravels, you find out more about why they're there, and it's a bit kind of oh wow, cool. I can see why you're here. So yeah, they progress well in terms of their relationship together. They're very awkward at first, but she's really cute. She's a foreign student as well. So I think she's from Gimli. I think that's where it's from, but some Scandinavian place, and she's got this kind of cute persona about her where she's struggling with the little bits of Japanese pronunciations and whatnot. I mean, in terms of that, her speaking's good, but it's the way she says things, obviously the Japanese carry it to another way to be you didn't just say that, but she was no, I didn't mean that. So it's got all that kind of through it. Obviously there's a whole bunch of other characters in here as well. In particular, there's the teacher of their homeroom, Professor Bunbun, I think she's called, so your typical kind of crazy bunny ladies in there, and yeah, she's definitely crazy. And there's, to be fair, there's even points in there where there's a couple of twists in there where you're like, oh wow, I didn't know that was going to happen. So it keeps you on your toes, as well as it, you know, it takes you through this really kind of cool. I don't think it's a romance, but you know, the connection that these two kind of shares is awesome. So I highly recommend that. It will keep you going. It'll be one of those that you'll read through the first volume and you're like, yep, I'm ready for the second, because I'm ready for the second. I was like it with the anime as well. As soon as I saw like the first episode, I was like, yeah, ready for the next one. So it'll keep you going. But what I'll do is I'll just take you through chapter 1, so you've got a bit of an idea of what's going on. So as we open this up here, we're kind of introduced to some of the girls from the show here, and they're like drawn very, very nicely there, so you know, no complaints from me. Onto the other side, I love it when anime like manga do this, where they have these kind of like colour pages, but this is a bit more into Tor's backstory, which I believe is also the opening in the anime, but yeah, it's very intriguing and very like, ooh, mysterious. And then we are treated to some very nice, colourful images of our characters. So this is Tor. This is the guy I was speaking about here. That's him with his shield. Of course, we've got our lolly protagonist, Julie, over here, looking all very lolly-like. We've got a couple of the other characters in their class as well. You see that massive weapon. Awesome sauce. I think the last colour page is another lolly Julie. I think it's, yes, it's the same as the front cover, which is incredible. Then we're introduced to this lovely, lovely kind of scenic introduction there. So nice ocean. Skipping too many pages. So yeah, so more kind of scenic, like this is the building, this is the academy that they are hoping to enroll at. They're at the opening ceremony there. So we've got Tor and we've got this girl. Tor's kind of like, you know, in his own world there. I think he's kind of just like looking into like, oh, well, you know, I need to succeed, all that kind of thing. Next up we have a bit of the same again. He's kind of in his own world. He's talking a bit more about his backstory and stuff. Then this little girl walks into the room and everyone's like, look at this awesomely beautiful lolly girl. What is she doing here at this academy where they try to kill each other and whatnot? So yeah, so the whole room kind of turns to her, and it's very, very obvious that she is a foreign like girl from what the Japanese are like. So obviously that adds more intrigue into her character, so to speak. But yeah, we've got these beautiful 2 pages here of how lovely she's drawn. Fantastic source. Yeah, and this is where we see a bit of interaction finally between between Tor and the girl that he's sat next to. I believe in the anime they actually met prior to this. I think I think the anime added in another scene, so it wasn't just like, oh, this random person that he starts talking to. It's like there, because there is a bit more to this in just a second. But yeah, so these two have a bit of a kind of bit of banter about, you know, oh, she's very pretty and stuff like that, and then Tor's kind of like, well, yeah, you're quite, you know, pretty as well, and she's kind of like, you can't just say stuff like that. Amazing. I kind of love that little bit of like humour added into that there. So after this, we are kind of introduced to one of the other characters over here. Can't remember what her name is. It will say it on the page. No, it won't. It's fine. But she's kind of like, stuck up. She's kind of like, you know, be quiet. While these two are still interacting between them. Next up, they talk a little bit more about the abilities they had and how they were chosen. So, like I said, they're called Exceeds, and they were all injected. I think there's a picture of it over here. Yeah, all injected over here with what they call a Lucifer. Only, like I said, only 1 in 1,000 people are actually compatible with this. What it does is it, you know, kind of reworks their DNA, so they're able to manifest these weapons from their souls and whatnot. So yeah, a bit more kind of talking about that, you know, how they went through the process. Then we're introduced to this second lolly girl over here, Tsukumo Sakuya, who is the head of the school, and everyone's like, what? How is she like head of the school? She's like 12. Yeah, and she goes on to kind of like keep doing like the welcoming, like, welcome here, you know, I hope you achieve and all this kind of thing. It's then when Tor realizes that his friend Tora is sat just in front of him. It's a guy that he grew up with. I think they went to like kendo or something together, so they're friends. They knew each other from before, so there's a bit of an interaction between those two, which is introducing him to the story. Bit more to the lolly here, where she's like talking about, you know, what they're going to be like achieving throughout their time at the academy, and the first time we see this phrase here, which is thrown out quite a lot. So people obtaining Absolute Duo, which obviously is a reference to like the partnerships and stuff that I mentioned earlier. Awesome sauce. So they're talking a bit more about the opening ceremony. However, it's not just an opening ceremony, it's a qualification ceremony. So they all find out that the person sat next to them is the person they will be battling for this chance to be qualified, I guess you could say it. So yeah, so basically they're all going to have to battle each other. The winner will obviously go on to be enrolled in the academy, whereas the loser will have to go home. So first little plot twist there, which it was quite cool. I like that was thrown in the nice early, because you thought that these two were probably going to be some sort of like item throughout the whole series, but it finds out that no, this little relationship that they've just built here is about to be tarnished as they have to battle each other for a place in the academy. Of course, as we move on here, it's a bit more explaining about that, and you know, like blah 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 blah. And a bit more kind of explaining, except this time they're kind of like, oh, we've got our reasons to be here, you know, I must succeed, you know. I think Tor even goes as far as kind of like saying like, hey, can I change my partner? I think one, because you know he's just made friends with this person, but two, but I think he doesn't want to hurt her or anything like that. He wants to protect her. He's very much the protective type, hence his, you know, blaze being a shield. But no, they get told, nope, you've got to battle her. And yeah, all chaos breaks loose as everyone starts battling the person next to them. Of course, the girl sat next to Tor, I can't remember her name, I think it's Atami. Yeah, so Atami goes all out, and what they do really nicely in this manga is the battle sequences. They look awesome, so I just admire that for a second. But yeah, her blaze is a sword. I think this, like majority of people, the sword is their blaze. But she's kind of like going all out, whereas Tor's like, no, I don't want to use my shield, I don't want to use my powers and stuff, it'll be fine. Which is quite impressive. He's got quite the physical abilities to him, to be fair. She's still going all out. He eventually catches her there and says like, hey, you know, just I don't want to hurt you, just surrender. And she's like, you know what, like if I was just to surrender, that's more of an insult than anything else. So, you know, if you're gonna beat me, then at least give me everything you've got as a sign of respect, being Japanese and all that. And he's like, yeah, you know what, you're right. So we get this awesome sequence over here of him like powering up, and just incredible sauce, and everyone's like, okay, right, well this guy means business. And then yeah, we find out he's got a shield, because obviously nobody knows that yet, and everyone's like, what, a shield? Which means everyone turns and faces at him, including our little lolly girl over here, Julie. But that's the end of chapter 1. Furthering that, it finishes off the battle, and then it goes into like the homeroom, and like the rest of this series, it kind of builds on the relationship between Tor and the lolly Julie over here. So really, really incredible sauce. But if I had to say overall, I say definitely worth picking up. I think it's only like $5.99 I picked this up for in terms of English money. I'll leave a link in the description below as well, so definitely recommend reading it. It is awesome, and the artwork's just incredible as well, so it will add to your collection very nicely if you are one of these people that collect the manga. But yeah, I rate it very highly. Downsides, I don't really find many. I've been sitting through it, I'm enjoying it. I'm not really kind of like, meh, that could be better. I'm a simple man, I'm easy to please. If you're a simple man or woman, you'll enjoy this just as much. But if you want to see more manga reviews like this one, anime subscription box openings, fact videos, and more, then hit the subscribe button right now. Also, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to smash the like button, share this video with a friend, or just leave me a comment in the section below. Let me know what you thought of Absolute Duo if you've seen it. What was your favourite character, favourite moment, etc. Interested to hear. But that is it from me. I will see you in the next video. Take care.